Good morning, first grade readers. I hope you all met lots of new characters yesterday in your storybooks on your reading adventures. And I hope you also learned about your characters, learned about what they like, what they don't like, some of their character traits, what they do. So yesterday we learned about main characters and how important it is to not only read when you're reading, but pay attention to the main character, the most important character in the book. Yesterday, we started a new book together, a new reading adventure, Mr. Putter and Tabby. We met the main character, Mr. Putter. We learned that he's an old man. We learned that he has a cat named Tabby. We learned that he likes to nap, and so does his cat Tabby. They both love napping. We learned that he probably likes baseball. He's getting sick of just napping all day, and he's thinking they need some baseball. He had a baseball mitt in his basement. So they went down to go get his baseball mitt, and it looks like they're going to start playing. In his basement, there were lots of active stuff down there. So it seems like that when Mr. Putter was younger, he was a lot more active. We saw lots of sporty stuff in his basement. Remember this picture? So he goes downstairs and he gets his mitt. And now we are on chapter 2. So today I want to teach you something else that good readers do. They don't only pay attention to the main character. They pay attention to other characters too. They get to know the main character more by getting to know their relationships with other characters. So they pay attention to the main character's friends, cousins, mom, dad. So you don't only pay attention to the main character in your stories, pay attention and get to know other characters too, because that helps you know more about the main character. So in chapter 2, let's see if we meet more characters, some new characters, and pay attention to them. Chapter 2, the team. Mr. Putter found his mitt. Now all we need is a team, he told Tabby. Mr. Putter called his friend and neighbor, Mrs. Teaberry. Oh, I think we're going to meet a new character. And we already know their relationship. Mrs. Teaberry is Mr. Putter's neighbor and his friend. So pay attention when we meet her. This must be Mrs. Teaberry. Mrs. Teaberry would know about a team. She was very sporty. She even walked a dog-a-thon with her good dog, Zeke. Of course there's a team, said Mrs. Teaberry. It's called the Yankee Doodle Dandies. Am I too old to play? Asked Mr. Putter. Heavens no, said Mrs. Teaberry, handing Zeke a sniffy bone. You will feel young on that team. So what do you know so far about Mrs. Teaberry? Pause the video and turn to tell a stuffed animal or a family member. What do you know so far about Mrs. Teaberry? Mrs. Teaberry, we know, is very sporty. She's very sporty and she has a dog named Zeke. We also know that Mrs. Teaberry is Mr. Putter's friend and his neighbor. Will my knees feel young on that team? Asked Mr. Putter. You are not too old, and neither am I. Oh, so Mrs. Teaberry must be old too. You are not too old, and neither am I, said Mrs. Teaberry. We'll both play. Mr. Putter hung up the phone. I hope I'm not too old, he said to Tabby. Tabby just purred. To her, Mr. Putter was perfect. Aw. She loves Mr. Putter. And then there's chapter 3. Okay, boys and girls. So we met Mr. Putter, we met Tabby, and now we met Mrs. Teaberry. We met so many characters, and we're getting to know them on this reading adventure together. Today, when you go off to read on your own, I want you to pay attention to the main character and also pay attention to other characters in the story and get to know them, and then tell us about these characters you're meeting. Describe them to us. Okay, boys and girls, enjoy your reading adventures and have fun meeting all of these characters. Happy reading!